What's what are your car projects right now? We briefly hit on a couple of them, but I was wondering if you
Bought a
could
bunch
share
of
an update
Z's
on this.
recently.
What I do is I create these little books for every car. So let's see, we'll start with this Doxy. Yeah, we'll start with Doc. Yeah, so Doxy is a 71 240Z, and it's inspired by a East African 240 rally car.
Yeah, those are nice.
And so this is basically
It's a koi.
yeah. This is this. So you see, there's a koi.
It's not a fugu, but a koi now.
Koi now.
You see that? You see that scroll?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I see
yeah,
that. I see that.
So that
Piece of
was from
art,
my late father-in-law who just passed away last
Oh,
month.
okay.
He left me that, and it was something he inherited during the Korean War.
Mm-hmm.
And that represents like peace, because the Japanese and Koreans, they had a lot of, there's some serious tension, especially back in the
Yeah,
day.
there still is. So
Yeah, and that was given to him by a Japanese friend that was fleeing
Awesome.
the country.
Mm.
And it survived. So he gave that to me, and it's always inspired something positive. So I'm putting this. So we took that image and we're putting it on the car. And so this is Doxy. Right now, you just see it's because of the, you can't really see it properly, but there's a ghost paint. So
okay.
I'm gonna show you something cool. So as you see, there'll be a black and red livery. And the original car had all of this livery on it, like Nissan Motorsport.
Right. The rally one that Nissan has, right?
Well,
That one.
Yeah. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using this ghost paint. So I have these friends that learned lowrider ghost painting with House of Colors, and there's like lacquer paint, solvent paints that you can basically you can control the visibility. So like 1 to 10 visibility, like during the day, let's say I have like Nissan Motorsport livery on the fender. We can do a visibility of 2 during the day, but then at night it pops because of reflection, right? It's all hidden. So the whole livery is going to be under the paint. It'll be painted. And so they sent me a sample. So I don't know if you can see it.
It's
Kinda
black
hard to
right
see.
now.
Yeah, it just looks like a reflection.
Yeah, but there's a logo. Anyway, you can't see it. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, they sent me a sample.
I'm imagining it. I'm imagining it right now. It looks amazing.
Yeah. I think you see the logo right there?
Yeah.
See it
The
right
light,
there?
Yeah. Barely. Yeah.
So the whole car will like that. So
Oh,
that logo and the koi will just pop out at night.
Oh.
The light reflects it at night. That'll come. During the day, you won't be able to see it. So at night, it turns into a different car.
Why Doc?
REZ looks so cool, though. I
The
love
reason Doc is because the people, the gentleman that I bought it from is Dr. Villagrosa, who is a doctor in Texas, and he bought this car with his son Jose to fulfill their dream of one day racing the Baja 1000. So that's why they built it with a East African safari rally tribute, like livery.
Yeah.
And then things didn't work out. Dad got sick, and then Jose moved to LA to go to graduate school, and he brought the car, and it was just parked for a couple of years, just rotting away. And I saw a picture of it, so I wrote him, and on Facebook Marketplace, I saw a picture. It wasn't for sale. He was just like, he took a picture of it, and I wrote him. I said, "Hey, what's up with that car, man? I didn't know there was an East African Z in LA. I'd love to see it." And he told me the whole story. And then I met him. I go, "Dude, this thing's rotting away. It's just rusted away." And he goes, "I know." He goes, "We're not going to be able to finish it." I said, "I'll buy it from you. And after I finish it, like, I'd love for you and your dad to enjoy it for a little while, take it for a drive and use it. And use it for what it, was designed for. Like, you can't have it, but I'll let you guys borrow it for a few days, right?" And thus, it was called Doc. And then so I was like, "Oh, he's Doctor, he's a Dr. Villagrosa." And then the reason I actually bought the car and went ahead with the project was because I always wanted to learn, like the true essence of a S30 with the L24 and all of that. Like, the Fugazi has RB26, and it's not it doesn't have the essence of a 240,
It's not what you call a classic, pure.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but it's
Yeah. So anytime people ask me, they just assume I'm the like ambassador of all S30, but I don't know anything. So I was like, I would love to do that, but I don't know how to do this car. I don't know how to build it out. Like nobody taught me, and I can't just learn off YouTube video by myself. And I went to see my upholstery friend, and there was this little guy, this man in the corner, just unassuming, and he goes, "Oh, you have to meet the doctor." And I go, "The doctor of what?" He goes, "He's the doctor of Z's." And I was like, "What?" So in our community, the Latino community, he's the guy we take our old classic JDMs to, and you know, he's the dude. And then I started talking to Eric. His name is Eric Aguilar, famous quarter mile, you know, racer. In the back in the day, he broke the 10-second, you know, in his Honda. Like, he's just amazing. And as a builder, as like, you know, like a fabricator, just, you know, all knowing in terms of car stuff. Like, you know, truly like Mr. Miyagi. And he started telling me a story. He goes, "Yeah, you know, when I was younger, when they were affordable pre-Fuguzi," he said, he used to go to the junkyard, find an S30 for a few thousand, and then, you know, restore it, and then, you know, sell it, you know, affordably, pretty much what he paid for it, so these cars could stay on the road, because he loved them so much. And I said, this guy is my guy, right? Hopefully he will take me under his wing. And so since this was like way back when, right before COVID started, was in March, right? Yeah. And since then, he's been taking me under his wing, and he's been teaching me the L24 engine, and methodically going through like the whole build of how are we going to create it's not I won't say it's a Restomod, it's a restoration, but the best version of what an L24 could be. And, that's awesome. And I have another L24 that's coming into my garage. Like, someone that gave me one for free. So Eric's idea is that in 5 years, if I can dismantle and put together the L24 in like an hour, then, you know, I mean, why not? Right? Like, why not, man? It's not a difficult engine. Like, I see he does it in 30 minutes, man. Like, if he can do, and he takes all the nuts and bolts and puts it in a bucket, he can pick any bolt and tell you exactly what part of the engine is, right? And so he's willing to teach me these things. Like, so going from the blueprinting of the, you know, the motor, right, to meeting every single person that works on every part, the guy who bored the head, to the pistons, to, you know, now these painters, how we're gonna like dissect the fabrication of you know, of all the parts that need to be redone because of the rust issues, and then going through this whole process of this ghost painting, right? Like, who's ever put like low rider, like paint like techniques on a JDM? And it's not, and it doesn't look like some clown car, right? Like, the stickers are always, you're gonna peel them off, man. But then imagine like the legacy, like memory of my friend in this, and friends in this time. Anybody, all my friends that are like helping me with this car, like a sticker is like, so what? But I want to permanently, you know, create like an art piece, right? And when we're gone, it's a celebration of this time and my time with Eric and what he's taught me. And I'm really excited about that one. But
you're going to become a master in 5
Well, he's going to be the Jay Leno of Japanese cars, man.
Yeah.
We're going to get a show. GTChannel, we need a Sun Kang's garage, man.
I don't want to Leno.
He already has a Sun Kang's.
But look at this.
Oh,
guys, look at this.
What's next?
For you guys, world premiere.
All right.
Whoa.
No one's ever seen
stop
this.
The presses. Yeah.
First on GTChannel.
I've fallen in love with 914. So
Porsche 914, great.
Yeah, so I want to do a series of bespoke 914s, right? The level of Singer, you know, Rod Emery, MZR, if you will.
Wow.
And I feel like it's a perfect chassis because it's still accessible to like young folks. You know, you can get one for a few thousand. But check it out. This is called the Viceroy 914.
Oh wow, that's clean.
Silver
too. I was gonna guess it was gonna be yellow.
This was done by Glenn Cordell. He's my renderer. If you look, inspiration from like the RS GT3 RS Bluebird, right? Let's see a closer
look
one.
At that.
Yep.
Wow, that is really.
This is real from the 914.
That is a 914 updated. Oh, now it's another color.
Another color. At angle. You see the
Yeah.
offset with like Watanabe Panasport,
Mm.
center lock.
Yep,
Center lock, sequential transmission.
It's not a 6, right? It's the 4.
It will be a 6.
It will be a
all
914 6. Okay.
Yeah. Like a
Yeah, those are
3.6.
the good ones.
Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful, huh?
It is
Mhm.
awesome.
Look at that.
Ooh, I love, yeah.
There's the wheel made by Tactico. So we have a prototype that just came in. And so I feel like this is, I want a 380 millimeter because all the prototypes are 350. And as I get older, for some reason, I want, especially
Bigger?
it's not a race car. Like
Uh,
stock is 380.
Mhm.
I would love to have a prototypical version. So we're creating our own that is
Whoa.
very respectful to the 914. So underneath is this kind of.
You guys are making your own steering wheel for this?
It's made already.
It's
So
a,
we have-
oh, man, you guys are going crazy now.
Went from the designs, the sketch to here's the wood prototype.
Son Kang, Kenji
Right.
Sumino created a monster. What the heck?
Here's look at the interior. Look at this. Boom. Yo, baby. Boom. Look at that.
Oh wow, that is
Nice
pure.
and clean.
That's
Yeah.
what it should look like, right?
Yep.
That's what. Let me show you the wheel. Last wheel. Oh, yeah.
What's
So
that?
wait, how far
that?
along are we on this? Is this-
Oh, look at that.
oh, those are totally 914. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this car finished?
No, no.
Oh.
These things take forever, but it's in the works. I have three 914s now in the garage. One I have, it's an R&D car. And there's a Renegade V8 swap in it from the 90s.
Mhm.
So I picked this up.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's a time capsule. During the 90s, it was very common to do swaps, like
Yeah.
V8 swaps in 914. And there's a company called Renegade in Vegas, Nevada. And since the 90s, they've been doing this. And somehow I got through like used car deal off of Facebook,
Mhm.
a very reasonable 1974 914, right? With a V8 Renegade swap in there. It was just,
Wow.
it was built in someone's garage, and it was like it was built in 98. So it's batted, it has the certificate and everything.
Mhm.
And he put a lot of love into it, but it's like made with IKEA furniture and like Home Depot piping.
Mhm.
But it was a great study. And this is Eric Aguilera went through the whole concept of cooling with me, right? And
Oh.
why you need an expansion tank and what Renegade did and what they've evolved to and where we can take old technology. So he taught me what they have done today. So I'm using that car as like this celebration of that era and teaching young folks, hey man, these guys have been doing this for a long time. And now you can't be doing V8 swaps and 914s. Is, they're more desirable. You don't want to, putting a V8 it's harder to do, right? But then I already have it. So I'm going to celebrate this Renegade kit. It's the small block 350 in there. And dude, it's turning out to be beautiful because these old school muscle guys are coming in and they're just seeing that some of the parts I got like donated and I got to buy because they said just pay me a few bucks for it. And so we're building this kind of fusion of muscle and German JDM, right?
Yeah.
Grady's doing the exhaust. So it's like a fusion
All
of
right.
Japanese and, I'm putting fender mirrors on it. It's like, it's so sick, dude. It's super
man.
exciting.
Where are you doing all this though? Where?
Some of them I'm doing at my house, and
Uh-huh.
then I have a 2-car garage, and then because I have a family, I have to be at home, right?
Yeah.
And then I have a garage in Azusa that the
Okay.
914s are being built out. So
Oh, okay.
I have partners and all this. I have a team of people, right?
Mhm.
And then one group wants to work on the 914, one wants to work on the Z. And then Eric Aguilera, every Wednesday at Eric's Racing at his garage, his place
Okay.
of business, we do, dock day. So every Wednesday he closes shop and we invite all my friends and we go there and we work on whatever is happening that day,
Oh,
right?
that's
So
awesome.
it's funny because we like basically watch Eric like fabricate and do all these things, and then it's like a bunch of grown men that are good at what they do, but they're holding lights for him. And like a potluck, man.
Yeah, no, that's
it's-
awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, and then we got Buddy. Look at this one. We got the Grand National.
Grand National, yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
saw that.
National.
Got this one. So Mike, he was a Buick mechanic in Torrance at the Buick dealership.
Mhm.
And so he worked on this car his whole life, right? So he bought the car for Dale, who lives across the street.
Mhm.
Dale eventually gave it to him. So he's had the car in his possession in front of him his whole life. His wife and him were the first ones that drove it off the lot.
Oh, wow.
He has every single piece of paper from like the recall letters to, look at this, man. He has, for you car guys out there, you ever heard of Kenny Bell?
Bill.
He was, so look at this letter. Look at this, man. He has the letter from Buick thanking him for buying the car.
What year is that?
1987.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
I mean, he has the window sticker. Look at this. He has the window sticker.
Buick, yeah.
And it's rare option because it has factory alarm. It's $159, $175 option back then.
Wow.
And it's still in there. But anyway, he loved this car. And he goes, hey kid. He goes, look at that brace in the back seat. And there's like these like two steel braces. And I go, what is that? And he goes, you ever heard of Ken Bell? Right? And I go, no. And he goes, well, he's the guy back in the day that made these for the Buicks, these chips, right?
Oh, wow.
And so he gives me the chip and he goes, have a good time, right? But this car is beloved. And what my plan with these cars, like a few of the builds like this one, and then also G Money is
the Z, the green
yeah,
G.
the green
Z,
yeah, the green Z I got in Utah. These two cars, after I learn and build out kind of what I would like with them. The plan is to give the cars away. I'm gonna do
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
How about you should auction them off and, you know.
nah, we're not gonna auction them. We'll sell T-shirts. Like we'll give T-shirts away. I mean, we'll sell T-shirts. With every T-shirt, you get an opportunity to win this car. And the reason why I want to do that is I think I don't know, man. This is just in my head. Like I don't want to collect. I don't want to hoard things because people before me have had things that they can never drive and share, and then they're gone. So I know at the end of the day, I'm just a temporary caretaker for all this stuff, right? And the most important with like the Grand National and these cars is like, it's just a temporary canvas, and I would love to build out something or learn something about that car, right? And then give other friends opportunities to create parts or do whatever they want with it. And then giving somebody that might never have the opportunity to have one of these cars, man, the young version of me, you know?
Yeah.
And just like, no strings attached, dude. You just get the car, man. Like, I don't want, here's the pink slip. Like, it's yours, dude. If you want to sell it, whatever you want to do, but you get a perfect car, better than it was when it was, from factory, right? And cool, dude. Like I want to give them an art piece, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, and how many can I do in my lifetime? If I can do 10 and make somebody, like, change someone's life in that way through a car,
Yeah.
come on, why not? Like, if anyone can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? I get these cars, I get them for such a great deal. You know, like, I can't hold on, I can't keep them, bro. But like, I love doing all this stuff, like creating all of these, like the history and the narrative, and then be able to like share with you guys. Like, if we were talking about Hollywood like all day, I would have nothing to say at this moment.
So I've got a question. Yeah?
Yes,
So you told me you get them at such a great deal. Now, obviously, you've talked about the two things that many people have challenges with: Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. How many alerts do you have personally set up that will flag you every week when cars come through?
0. I'm have my computer bandwidth is too limited to even do alerts. And I have a ritual.
Where are you living, man?
When I wake up, first thing I do is Craigslist and Marketplace. Craigslist is still a good place, is where all the old guys still post.
Yeah.
Right. They'll pay for it, but they'll still, the young guys have all gone to Marketplace. They don't want to pay the posting fee. Right. So I go to Craigslist and Facebook right away in the morning. And before I go to sleep, I'll do that. And then you just got to get lucky. The way I've got these cars is like, it posted 9 minutes and then he was awake. And I was like, hey, is it available? And I'm like, can I come tomorrow? Right? Yeah. Can I come now? Right? Like, well, can they send me pictures? Right? Yeah.
What other tips would you have for people that are looking then, aside from doing first thing in the morning, first thing at night, and let me see it now, and I've got pictures? What else?
Always be respectful, man. Because you got to think, like, if you want the right car, you got to remember most of the time, if it's like a really great car, it comes from a certain type of person. And if you came and like, yo man, Johan, I'm ready to buy your ride, I'd be like, nah, it's already sold. Sorry about that. So come with respect, like do your homework and go, why would you be a caretaker of this car? If you're serious, if you want to flip it, be honest too, right? Just go, yeah, I'm gonna flip this thing, and that's a different conversation. But if you want something that is special, I think you could get a deal. Like like the guys that sell me these cars, like I don't give them any deposit, and most of them don't know who I am, right? I mean, we don't talk about that. I just go, hey sir, this is my approach. This is my plan for the car. This is what I know about the car, and I appreciate what you've done, and the level of caretaking you've done. And it's a different conversation all of a sudden, because usually it's like, yo man, car for sale. Yo man, can I take a test drive? Yo man, how low you gonna go, bro? How low you gonna go? Right? It's an old guy doesn't want to deal with that, especially when he's loved the car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I go there and I go, I appreciate the documentation. I assess, like who I'm dealing with, and I never buy a car if I don't meet the person.
Yeah.
Like that's rule number one. I'll fly to them, because $500 ticket to Utah is probably better than $5,000 in rust repair.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right? And also, everyone that I have bought a car from, I have their phone number. And when they find me a part, like they thought they misplaced it, they'll come across like the gas tank or something. They go, hey, dude, I have it. And I always invite them to see the car, enjoy it, like go for a drive, like, and through social media they stay in touch with the car anyway, right? And usually, like sometimes I even name the car after the previous owner, right? Like,
It's like Doc,
right? You keep it.
Yeah.
And that's like why is one car more valuable than any other car? It's just because of what we've made it, with the narrative, right? That's why we love race cars, pedigree, and Paul Newman's cars. But man, a Volvo's a Volvo. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Well, that's a Volvo.
Yeah.
You pick
It's
a bad
Paul Newman's
example.
Volvo.
Oh, okay. So